Here's how to make the perfect automated oil refinery that will turn on when there's crude and wood available, as well as turn off when the oil has been turned into low-grade fuel. If you're using separate boxes for each resource, you'll need 6 power and the components listed on the screen, which cost 1250 metal frags to craft. If you're using fewer boxes, I'll show that circuit after this, as the only real difference is the industrial piping. Let's start with the industrial piping. You'll want to connect your wood and crude oil boxes to a single conveyor. This will then feed into your oil refinery and can be daisy chained to multiple refiners if you have a high and steady inflow of crude oil. After the last refiner, split the pipe to stock your charcoal and low-grade fuel boxes. From this branch that has 6 power, change the output to 3 and daisy chain all the industrial conveyors. The final 2 conveyor filters are set to charcoal and low-grade fuel with no limits or restrictions. On a vanilla server, the initial conveyor should have 4 crude oil and 10 wood as their max filters. I strongly recommend using the minimum wood setting as well, so you don't accidentally burn all your wood even if there is crude available. The final and necessary step is to change the filter mode at the bottom to require all. The remaining power out should go to the second branch. This will then power both the timers. On the timer that is powered by the left side of the second branch, hold E and set the timer to 120 seconds, and then for the other timer, set it to 1 second. The toggle for the 120-second timer should be powered by the filter pass of the conveyor. When the conveyor has both crude and wood to send through, it will send 1 power which will turn on that timer. The output for that timer should then trigger the 1-second timer, which will output to the igniter. We set it up this way as the igniter will take damage while it's in use, and if it's powered directly from the filter pass, it will run constantly and will break very quickly. And now it's ready to go. Once there's wood and crude available, the circuit will turn on the igniter for 1 second and can't be triggered more than once every 2 minutes, which will limit the damage to the igniter. On a modded or laggy server, I'd recommend watching the refinery for 15 seconds or so, just to make sure that the quantities aren't too high or too low. The smelting rate is 1 crude to just under 2.5 wood, and with the max limits we set, once the crude runs out, the circuit will also stop sending wood and you won't be wasting any resources. Here's one last look at the circuit setup. You can condense this to a single wall if you'd like. I just spaced it out for easier viewing. And here's the simplified circuit if you're combining resources in your boxes. The electrical circuit is the same, and as you'll be using one less conveyor, you only need 5 power. You can also use this circuit with a single box or a vending machine. I've used this to run a store where other players can turn their raw resources like crude and metal ore into low-grade fuel and metal frags. Good luck, and enjoy your easy and efficient smelting.